Hello, and welcome to Not Boring English. Today, I will tell a story called My First Train Ride. This lesson is for CEFR level A1, A2 learners. Pause when you need to and try shadowing me. Repeat after each sentence to improve your fluency and pronunciation. You can slow the video with playback speed if the text is too fast. First train ride, a small adventure. I was 22 when I took my first train ride alone. I remember the day like a small, bright picture in my mind. The sky was clear. I had one small bag and one big feeling. Nervous and happy at the same time. I woke up early. I checked my ticket again and again. I touched it to make sure it was real. The ticket had my name and the time. I had never traveled by train alone. I had traveled by bus and by plane with my family. The train felt different to me. It felt closer and softer, like a new friend. I wanted to meet that friend. My mother walked with me to the small station. She held my hand. She said, "You will be fine." I hugged her and I sat on a bench. The bench was cold. I looked at the tracks that went far and far. I imagined a long ribbon in the land. The ribbon moved in my mind and took me to a new city. I bought coffee from a small shop at the station. The coffee was warm and strong. I drank slowly. I watched people carry bags and say goodbye. A man with a red hat laughed with a woman. A boy ran, and a dog barked. Life moved around me, and my heart beat fast. When the train came, I heard a long sound. The whistle was deep and low. The train stopped with a small shake. Doors opened like mouths. People came out. People went in. I felt my bag on my shoulder, and I walked inside. The train had many seats. Some seats were empty. Some seats had small tables. Windows were big. I put my bag on the seat and I sat. I took a deep breath. My hands were soft and warm. A woman next to me smiled. She had a red scarf and a small book. "Hello," she said. I said, "Hello." Her voice was gentle. The train moved slowly. We left the station. The city became small. Houses looked like boxes. Trees looked like green clouds. I pressed my hand on the window. The glass was cool. Wind touched my hair. I felt small and free. After a short time, a man in a blue uniform came with a small lamp. He checked tickets. He said, "Ticket, please." I gave mine. He looked at it and smiled. "Welcome," he said. He had kind eyes. He explained the stops. I felt safe when he spoke. I liked the sound of his voice. It was calm and clear. A little boy sat across from me. He was about 6 years old. He had a toy train in his hand. His face was clean and round. He looked at me and then at his toy. He asked in a small voice, "Is this your first train?" I smiled. "Yes," I said. He looked at me with big eyes. "Mine too," he said. We both smiled, and we both felt brave. The boy's mother told him to be quiet, but she also smiled. I saw that the boy liked trains a lot. He told me small stories about each sound the train made. He said the wheels say, "Click, clack, click, clack." He said the trees wave at us like friends. I laughed. His joy was simple and true. The train moved faster. We passed a river. The water shone like silver paper. Birds flew above. A farmer was in a field. He waved his hand. I waved back even if he did not see me. I felt part of the moving world. The train made little sounds and soft bumps. Each bump was a small drum beat. I liked the rhythm. The sound made my eyes heavy. I almost slept. After some time, the heater made the carriage warm. A girl with a green coat played a small song on her phone. I heard a soft music that I liked. The light in the carriage was warm, like honey. I looked at the people. Each person had a small story. A woman read a letter. A man fixed his hat. A boy drew on a small paper. We were many small lives in one moving space. A sudden rain began. Drops hit the window like small fingers. The boy and I watched the drops go down the glass. Each drop left a small path. I thought about the city where I was going. I thought about the work I wanted to try. I thought about new faces and new streets. My heart had a small push. I was ready. At one stop, the train slowed a lot. A man stood on the platform with a big bag. He looked lost. The conductor saw him and came down quickly. He spoke to the man and pointed to a map. The man looked relieved. He smiled with a big face. The conductor helped him get on. I felt happy to see help. The man sat close to me and said, "Thank you." I smiled again. The ride was long but calm. I read a small book. I fell into a small sleep and dreamed a simple dream of fields and trains. When I opened my eyes, the city was near. Buildings were tall now. The tracks went into tunnels and over bridges. I felt a little sad that the ride was almost over. The train had become a soft friend. At the last stop, I stood up slowly. My bag felt heavier. I looked around and I said goodbye in my mind. The conductor shouted the name of the city. Doors opened. People stood and walked out. The air of the new city was cool, new and bright. I took my first step on the platform. My legs were light but sure. I walked out and I looked at the map in my hand. I knew the way to my small room. I walked with the crowd. A woman with a red scarf passed me. She waved. I waved back. The boy and his mother left with their small toy. I felt warm inside. I had done it. I had taken my first train ride. That night, I sat by the window of my new room. I drank tea and I thought about the day. I learned small things. I learned to plan, to listen, to ask for help, and to smile. I learned that a first time can be scary and beautiful at the same time. I learned that people are kind on the way. My first train ride was simple, but it changed me. I felt braver. I felt ready to try other small adventures. The train had taught me one small truth. New things can make us afraid, but they can also make us grow. Now, when I hear a train whistle, I smile and remember the warm light in the kind faces. I remember the click-clack in the cool window and the small boy with the toy train. I remember that I can do more than I think. Comprehension. Questions. Now, I will ask a few questions about the story to check your understanding. 1. Where did I go for my first train ride, and how did I feel at the start? 2. Who helped the lost man at the station? 3. What small detail did the boy tell me about the sound of the train? Please write your answers in the comments to practice writing in English. Thank you for listening to my story on Not Boring English. Which first travel memory do you remember? A bus, a plane, or a train? Tell me in the comments, and please subscribe for more simple stories and practice.